Rising ground, folks. What we have here is a 10-ton train rooftop unit. This customer has multiple rooftop units here. This particular one does the back area. And I believe she said this particular area, this unit, wasn't maintaining the temperature. Like some days it would work and some days it wouldn't. Upon arrival, that's definitely not a good sign. You've seen the filters clogged up, so we definitely want to get those replaced. But I want to show you guys this here. This is definitely an intermittent issue. When I got here, the unit fired up once and it stayed on. I turned it off, turned it back on. It fired up, but this time on a second attempt, the burners lit, but it turned off in like 2 or 3 seconds. So this is definitely a good, a good video to make here. I want to show you guys, if something's working, you definitely don't want to just leave. You also want to, do your due diligence and go through the order operations. There's always 2 or 3 parts inside a furnace or a rooftop unit that if you don't look for it, it could work today and then it could turn off tomorrow. So indeed, one of those parts is the flame sensor. This flame sensor was dirty. I just cleaned it. But this flame sensor, essentially, this fits inside your burner circuit. If this doesn't sense flame, this could cause the burners to turn off after, 2 or 3 seconds. And the tricky thing is, sometimes a dirty flame sensor will still keep the burners on, but it won't consistently stay on. So I always tell customers this is a good reason why maintenance is critical, because this isn't something that customers will see as far as with the flame sensor. But also what we want to do here, this rooftop unit, by the way, it's not old. This thing is like probably maybe I want to say 9 or 10 years old. So it's still in pretty good condition. But also what we want to do after we clean the flame sensor, and this is for gas furnaces and gas rooftop units. Anytime we clean the flame sensor, I always tell my guys, you never just want to leave. You also want to do your due diligence to make sure that there isn't anything else that could go wrong. So as far as, making a repair, part of what we do is we always try to avoid other things from happening in the future. So, that helps the customer out with them knowing that, we're out here not only to fix their problem, but we're also out here to avoid future breakdowns. But as you can see here, this is the flame sensor. Anytime we clean the flame sensor, we always want to inspect the gas burners. What I'm pointing to, these burners aren't that bad, but if the burners were rusted, you might have to pull them and inspect them. And if the burners are rusted on the other end, like going towards inside the unit, but if the burners are indeed, like I said, in bad shape, even if it's running, you want to just recommend replacing them, because God forbid if the burners were to rust over, the burners, indeed, the gas goes through the burners and goes inside the unit. But if your burners are rusted and, like I said, they're in that bad of shape, that could cause flames to shoot out of your unit, which is going to be very dangerous. But for 2, I've seen this before, if your burners aren't in good shape, like if it's rusted over on the other end, that could cause intermittent ignition. So that's definitely something you want to inspect. Once again, these burners are okay. Next thing is you want to check your inducer motor. This is the draft motor, inducer motor. This thing runs and takes the carbon monoxide out of your unit. You want to check that. And third, this could happen, especially with cold weather, and you never know if someone had a gas main or something like that down the street. I've seen pretty weird things happen where essentially the unit will run today, but something can happen to the gas pressure, to the building. You'll have to adjust the gas pressure at the gas valve. So, in a nutshell, like I said, I always tell my guys the immediate repair or the immediate issue, well, in this case, it's 2 things. It would have been the air filter and the flame sensor, but, going past the immediate repair, this is what, builds value. And like I said, it helps the customer know that, we're out here to, not only help them today, but we're out here to avoid future recalls. Going past the immediate repair, checking the gas pressure, checking the inducer, checking the burners. That is how we can avoid this from happening again. So, and once again, like I said, maintenance is definitely going to be critical. So we always recommend, coming out here at least twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall, to get everything checked out, because it's always what you can't see that could cause issues. So there you guys have it, just a quick video. This is a simple call, but once again, I always like explaining things into detail, and like I said, make sure people know, especially our customers, knowing what the issue is. what caused it, and most importantly, what we can do today to avoid it from happening in the future. So there you guys have it. I'm going to get this squared away. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. See, I'm not the type of kid to have my biz in the streets. If my mom don't approve, then I'll just